Howdy everyone, and welcome back to the studio. Today I'm going to walk through how I prepare my painting surfaces. I'm going to show 3 different options, from really cheap to much more archival. We're going to look at basic canvas panels and how to make it a little easier to paint on. We're going to go over MDF boards and how to properly seal them. And then finally, I'm going to show you how I prepare ACM panels, also known as aluminum composite material. And I have an example back here of a painting I've already started working on. So without further ado, let's get started. So first, just a standard canvas panel. These are everywhere, they're cheap, super accessible, honestly a good place to start. But they do have a couple issues. The surface is usually pretty absorbent and the texture can be a bit aggressive depending on what you're trying to do. It can actually feel a bit like sandpaper. They also sometimes come out warped, and you could, if you wanted, cut down another board and glue it to it to straighten it out. But one thing I almost always do is add another coat of gesso, sometimes 2, just to knock the texture down a bit. Either of these types, basic or professional, will work just fine. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it makes a big difference on how the paint moves. I always dash my brush in just a little bit of water, grab a little bit of gesso, and just begin applying it. You can also lightly sand between coats if you want a smoother surface. It's kind of optional, but it does help. So yeah, cheap, easy, but you have to do a little work if you want a better surface. Next up is MDF board. This is usually where people go when they want a little more control. I like MDF because it's very customizable and it's also very inexpensive. I'll cut it to size and then just sand the edges so everything's clean. I do recommend wearing a mask or something that covers your face when you're cutting MDF. The dust is not good for you. And then this step is important. I seal it with de-waxed shellac. Make sure it's 100% wax free. You do not want to use regular shellac. MDF will absorb moisture if you don't seal it, so this just locks everything in and keeps it stable. Make sure to stir it and apply it generously. It's okay if you get drips and whatnot. It absorbs so quickly and the surface actually evens out. So I apply it on both sides. I want to seal the entire board. Make sure to hit the edges generously as well. That's actually one of the most critical areas for this board to seal properly. It's okay if you get drips in the back, it evens out. Shellac dries very quickly, and within the hour it's ready for gesso. I like to use the more professional one for this because I don't sand it as much. So I place my gesso directly on the surface, and for my first layer I like to just go back and forth. You don't need to go too heavy with it. You're just trying to get it on there and smooth it out. After I've sealed it at least twice, I'll go over one more time, and sometimes maybe just lightly scuff the surface with sandpaper. At this point, you can really control how smooth you want the surface. This gives a much smoother feel compared to canvas. Really nice if you're doing more detailed work. Downside is that it is a bit heavier, and it's definitely not quite as archival as something like ACM, but it's a solid middle ground. Alright, this is ACM. This is what I use most often now. It's lightweight, really rigid, and it doesn't warp like wood does. To cut it, I mark out my size, in this case 24 by 30. I lay down this ruler on the edge of this board with this clamp. And I clamp the other side as well. You want a good sharp knife, and you want to score your line. I do it 3 times, the first one being very light, the second a little harder, and the third pretty firm. And then you grab it, and in one fell swoop, push it down, drop it, and bring it back up. It breaks perfectly. And the edge is nice and smooth, and it's not dangerous to work with. The next step is to lightly sand the surface. I also use gloves and a mask, along with a shop vac, because the dust that comes off really gets everywhere. You want to peel the surface. So now you take your sanding block and start scuffing the surface. You don't need a lot of pressure, you're just trying to create micro abrasions. While you're sanding, if you start seeing some shine come through, like the aluminum, that means you've gone too far, so don't go too firm with it. After I've hit the whole surface, I come back over with the shop bag to help clean up a little bit of the dust that was created. It's also useful to use this shop vac to clean up your sanding block. Turns it about brand new. So here's an example of before, very shiny, and after. So you can see it's much more matted and with lots of little micro abrasions. So this next step is optional. What I'm going to do here is create a cradle for the back of this ACM panel. I found the one downside to ACM is that when you get to larger sizes, such as 30 by 24, it is nice to have a cradle on the back to hold its shape. I take this 2x6 and rip it into 3/4. And then I do the same thing. And then I created this little jig to just set the pieces in. And then I shoot on some gussets to hold it on the back. The next step is the other side of the panel where I will be gluing the cradle to. I go over it with some alcohol and scuff it a little, and then I lay it out on the back side. I mark it out with a pencil so it's easy to apply when I put the glue down. And then I use silicone as my gluing agent. You can also use the construction adhesive called PL, but I prefer the silicone because it gives a little bit more flexibility to the cradle and the panel. So I do the entire perimeter. And I flip it over and place it right down on my lines. I don't use much weight. 5 pounds on each side is plenty. You don't want to squish all the silicone out. You just want to create a nice surface where it's completely touching. And then I do leave this for 24 hours for it to cure. And as you can see, it turns out to be a very nice and flat surface. And as I mentioned before, the cradle is just optional, but it does make it more rigid and it is easier to hang. And before I apply gesso, I use this isopropyl alcohol, and I just wipe the whole surface down because you don't want any oil down on the surface before you apply gesso and or oil ground. This part is important, so don't skip it. The next step is applying gesso. Now you can directly apply an oil ground to this surface, but I guess I'm old school and I've always liked having a gesso underneath. The gesso is what gives the mechanical bond to the actual panel. And I like to do 2 layers of gesso. And in between each layer I do a light sand. And so for my 3rd layer, I use this oil ground from Gamblin. Some of the tools I use, Gamsol. And I actually use this as a mat board I've cut out. It works well to apply it. So I pull some of the oil ground out into a separate dish. I can use a little bit of Gamsol here, just to make it a little less rough to work with. Don't want to use a lot. And then I stir it up to a bit of a paste. And then I start spreading it out fairly even across the surface with my palette knife. And after I put it on the surface, I come back with my little mat board card and I evenly pull across the surface. I only do 1 layer of oil ground, and you definitely don't want it on thick at all. It's meant to be very thinly applied. It takes about a week for the oil ground to finally dry and be ready to be painted on. The ACM panel is definitely more work, but it's also the most stable and archival option out of the 3. So just to compare everything, the canvas panels are the cheapest and easiest option, although they require a little bit of prep work. MDF panels gives you a very smooth and easy surface to work on and require just an additional amount of work. And then finally, the ACM panels, like this one here, require the most work, but they also give you the most stable and professional surface to work on. Personally, I paint on ACM panels the most, but I still use the others depending on what I'm doing. The MDF board is my go-to for plein air and study work. Well, I hope you found this video useful. If you have any questions about the process, go ahead and leave them in the comments below and I'll definitely answer them. But until next time, take care.